guys, welcome back to Book Talk with Meg. My name is Megan for those of you who don't know. Hi, welcome, hope you stick around. If you decide to, do not forget to click the subscribe button down below. It'll notify you when I upload new videos. Today I am here with my May haul, which I'm very excited about. A lot of books and releases and that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's hop on in. To make it easier for you guys, I think I'm going to split my book haul between books I got on Book Outlet, books I got because of YouTuber recommendations, and then the new releases I got for the month of May. So starting off just with one random book, I did get The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Kaur. This is a poetry book which probably everyone and their mom has read, and I haven't yet. I did enjoy Milk and Honey, although it's not my favorite poetry book. I am planning on making a video about modern poetry and my thoughts on each of the books I've read and what I suggest reading, but I was very curious because I've seen a lot of quotes from this and they all look very appealing, so I picked it up. The two first books I bought on Book Outlet are Under the Lights and After the Game, both by Abby Glines. These are book 2 and 3 in the Field Party series. The first one being Until Friday Night, I believe. Yeah, that's it. And this is a young adult series by Abby Glines. I did not read the first one yet, but I wanted to marathon them so that when the fourth one comes out, I can read it because I love everything Abby Glines has ever written that I've read. And so I know this will not disappoint, and I picked these up. I know this is like a kind of sports romance because this has to do with like football in a high school, I believe, but I don't want to spoil myself for the two next books in the series, so I can't really tell you guys any more than that. The next two books I got on Book Outlet, I'm very excited to read. They're both by the same author. The debut novel is The Distance Between Lost and Found by Katherine Holmes, and I'm not really sure what this is about, but I really picked this up because I also picked up How It Feels to Fly by Katherine Holmes, and it sounds amazing, but I think I want to read her debut novel first and then dive into this one. This is about our main character who basically wants to become a ballerina, but she kind of develops this eating disorder, and so she's sent to a camp that revolves with like eating disorders and that stuff linked to sports and arts, and it sounds like an amazing like kind of like mental health book, and I love the cover, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this book, but I feel like it's going to be one of those really important contemporaries, so I really want to pick this up, and it was cheap on Book Outlet. I think this was like $5 for a hardback, so I picked this one up, and as I was reading about the author, I heard about this one, so I picked both of these up, but this one I'm kind of unsure what it's about. Now on to the section of books that I got based off of YouTuber recommendations. Basically, the other day I was in a mood for contemporaries, and although I have like 1,000,001 on my shelf, I wanted to like look at what YouTubers thought, like my ultimate YA contemporary kind of video. So I clicked around a few, and a lot of them were like similar and I did not own. So I picked up a few. The first two in a series from Katie McWary called Pushing the Limits and Dare to You. These are both YA romances, and I think it kind of has this like boy with a disturbed past and that kind of cliche. Like they sound like a lot of YA tropes, but done very well. I think similar to Abby Glines, you could just like read the first one or the third one and it wouldn't matter, but all the characters from the series like interconnect with each other. That's all I know about this, but everybody says that these romances are really great and that this author in particular is really great at writing YA contemporaries, and this is like her most talked about series. I believe it was like the oldest one too, but it has really good ratings and a lot of YouTubers were talking about it, so I decided to pick them up. And similarly with these two other books I have, which are The Edge of Never and The Edge of Always, both by J.A. Redmersky. I'm not really sure how to pronounce the author's name. These again are more like new adult because the characters in this book are like 21. And this is again a romance read, and I think it has to do with like this girl who was really tired of her old town, so she kind of like takes her stuff and leaves and kind of makes this new life, and then she meets this boy, and like this is the first book, and then I think this is the continuation of their relationship. I heard that the first book is much stronger than the second one, but that is good to read both of them together, and they again were like scratch and dent, super cheap on Book Outlet, so I thought, you know, if a lot of people are talking about them, I might as well read them. And lastly, and probably the most exciting part, I have 3 new releases that came out all in May, I believe. The first one is Leia on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. This is the sequel to Love, Simon, the movie, or Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, the title of the actual book. Again, I'm not going to talk too much about this, but this follows our main character, Leia, who is Simon's best friend in Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and we get kind of like her love story. I believe she's bisexual. It looks very interesting. Some people love it, some people are a little bit disappointed, but again, Becky Albertalli never really disappoints, so I picked up the book, and it's like so aesthetically pleasing. Like, it's nice on camera, I've seen it, but once you have it in your hands, it's absolutely gorgeous. The next book I have is The Burning Maze, which is the 3rd book in the Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. If you guys don't know, the first book, The Hidden Oracle, follows the sun god Apollo, who was cast down from Olympus and is now a teenage boy called Lester, and basically Lester has acne and he's trying to win his favor back into Olympus, so he has to go on these quests with some demigods in order to gain access back to Mount Olympus, and this is the 3rd book following this quest. The 2nd book is The Dark Prophecy. I swear this is like the month of sequels, because the last book I have is 9 Days and 9 Nights by Katie Contugo. This is the sequel to 99 Days, and this basically takes off where 99 Days left off, and it follows our character, I believe, when she goes on this like backpacking trip around Europe. And what I want to mention about this book is how aesthetically pleasing everything about it is. Similarly to 99 Days, it has like these picture postcards as end pages, and just like the cover in general is like Polaroids. It's a cute book, you know? So that's it for my haul. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!